Hello everyone, welcome to Redbust US channel. In this video, we'll look at visa bulletins dates for filing versus final action dates. What do they mean and how does USCIS interpret them and how does it relates to National Visa Center. So this is what we'll cover in the video. If you haven't subscribed, do subscribe for getting regular updates. Firstly, you need to understand the background. Why do we have the two dates, right? I mean, so there was no concept of two dates up until 2015. The two dates concept was introduced in 2015, and before that there was only priority date. So this was an example of September 2015 visa bulletin, where you can see there's only one table. This is just a snapshot of it. You can even check that, but there was only one table. But they actually changed this as part of bigger Obama plans to modernize immigration system. And so the first visa bulletin which had two dates for filing and final action dates was October 2015 visa bulletin. And the reason they did that is for better alignment of procedures of US Department of State consulates with USCIS adjustment of status. We look at these details in in the subsequent slides, but the idea is they did this for alignment of procedures and also for better prediction of demand and supply, because they were not able to forecast the numbers properly. So that's why they did this change so that they could predict this. But ironically, this has become much more complicated for many people to even understand it. So that's why we are diving into these details. So as you can see, this is the first October 2015 visa bulletin that had two tables. You see the application for final dates, which has a separate dates, and application for dates for filing. So these are two things that first appeared in October 2015, and now you see both of these in pretty much all of the visa bulletins. Okay, now that we have some understanding of why they came in, you also need to understand one more thing before we jump into the differences, right? So how are the green card numbers counted and reported? So, in fact, the visa office is a department of, is a section of US Department of State that handles reporting and predictions of green card numbers. So what they do is every month they get the green card applicants count, or you can call them immigrant visa as well. So of course, immigrant visa is nothing but green card. So don't be confused. Both mean the same. So they get these counts from US consulates outside of US, and also they get pending green card applications which were applied within the US at USCIS, right? So you get both of these counts. And what they do is beginning of fiscal year, which is in October of every year, they divide the total number of available green cards into monthly allotments. Let's say, whatever number we have, right? Let's say we have 100. They divide them for the next 12 months in monthly allotments. Now, what they do is they predict how many applications they should accept based on three data points, or how many green cards that could be allocated based on that, right? So they look at how many qualified immigrant applicants are received from US consulates, meaning they basically have submitted all the documents at the consulates. And the second one they look at is the pending adjustment of status applications. So this is nothing but the pool of applicants that the USCIS already has. And the third one is, they call this as drop-offs, right? So, technically what happens is whenever you have this process, sometimes there are denials, abandonments, and withdrawals. So all of these uh, are factored in, and considering all of these three things, they predict the green card numbers. So it's I mean, it's a pretty complicated process the way they say it, but in simplistic, this is how it works. So they look at all of these things and predict the green card numbers. So now that you have this idea, let's dive into what does dates for filing mean. So dates for filing, or dates for filing application both mean the same. And what they basically tell is the earliest date when an applicant, green card applicant, can apply for green card or immigrant visa. So this is the earliest date that somebody can apply. Does not mean that they will get the green card. It's just that they can start to apply. It's think of it's just preparation phase, right? And this is primarily used, these dates are primarily used by national visa centers. So NVC is is the one that handles most of the applications of green card for applicants outside of US. So in context of NVC and applicants outside of US, what they do is NVC uses these dates of filings, and they notify these applicants outside of US to start submitting those documents. So as you can see on the screen, there are about 12 steps, that are typically there as part of immigrant visa process for somebody outside of the US. So the step 2 from step 2 all the way through step 9 are actually processed by NVC. So getting affidavit of supports, financial documents, completing online application, scanning, submitting, all of these things, right? So these usually take time. So all of these are handled by National Visa Center, and these steps are basically carried out by applicants outside of US, and this is where these dates are used. And once an application is complete with all the documents, then they are actually classified as something called documentarily complete. It's a technical jargon, but all they say it's complete. And so what they do is the consulates actually take these kind of applicants, or which are documentarily complete, and they report those numbers to US Visa Office. So that is in context of National Visa Center. Now, how dates of filing works with USCIS is, in general, US is a large pool of pending green card applications, right? So you can think of, as we can see on the screen, we have put it in a picture that you can see the people in the red are the ones who are actually, waiting in the green card line, and these are applicants with final action dates, or for now, just think of them as priority dates, right? So already all the pending applications, or the total pool of applications that are with USCIS. So usually the USCIS processes them, and whenever the dates become current, or they're available, they just issue the green card. Yeah. So this is what typically happens. Now, what happens, at the beginning of the fiscal year, which is on October 1st, they forecast how many applications they would need to meet the next to meet the next fiscal year demand for the green card numbers. So basically, how many they would need by end of September, so that this pool, what you see in the middle, is sufficient for them to issue the number of green cards. Because if they do not use up the green card numbers, especially for employment based, they will all be gone. So nobody wants to lose green cards. So that's why they do everything they can to get that correct pool of users there, right? Applicants. So in cases where they believe that this pool of applicants that they already have in waitlist are not sufficient, or for the next 12 months, or for that monthly allotments, they will ask the applicants to use green card applicants to use something called dates for filing to submit the adjustment of status applications. So what happens then is, when they do that, so the people already who are in the line, right? You see these people who are in red color, right? So they actually now can actually start to submit adjustment of status applications to USCIS. So basically, with this, the pool of applicants that USCIS has is actually increased, so that now they can factor in all of them, and they can process these applications and be ready for them to issue the green cards when the green card gets available. So this is what the whole funda is about, dates of filing. Yeah. Uh, Now let's look at final action dates in the visa bulletin, right? So final action dates are the dates they can also be called application for final action dates. So these are the dates when the actual green card numbers become available for that category or country of birth. Yeah. So this is when they actually can issue it. So the way these works is, usually when the beginning of the fiscal year in October, the numbers become available, whatever numbers, right? 140,000 for employment based, and other ones for family based. So once they become available, they adjust these dates so that they can issue the green cards, right? So these are the traditional priority dates, that tells your position in the queue. You actually reach the end of the queue, right? So now the way this works, final action dates in terms of a National Visa Center is slightly different. So what National Visa Center does is, they actually process all the applications. They get all the documents from the applicant, and then they keep waiting, until the priority dates become current, or the final action dates become current. So once they're current, they work with the consulates and then schedule the visa entries. So this is what happens from a applicant, from the perspective of applicants outside of US and related to National Visa Center. Right? Now let's look at how this works in terms of USCIS. So in general, USCIS has a large pool of applications, and these are the default dates that they actually ask applicants to use for applying for adjustment of status. So when they publish visa bulletin, USCIS, DHS, Department of State usually tells to check USCIS website on what dates to use for filing the adjustment of status. So what is the common pattern is, except in the first few months of the fiscal year, you will only see final action dates are the dates to be used. Um, So here is an example, right? So as you can see, for the current month, which is September, it clearly tells that you must use final action dates. But for the next month, which is for October, they're telling you can use dates of filing. You must use dates of filing. So this is the idea. But I mean, it's final action dates is a fancy term that's given for your priority date that becomes current for getting your green card. Yeah. Now, there are questions like why do these dates move and why do they move back and forth and why do they even go back? How can I, your date go back, right? So this is a common question. So the reason for this is there are multiple reasons, right? I mean, but here are some of them, right? So let's say if consulates are closed, basically whenever the visa numbers allotted, they actually do forecasting based on visa numbers per consulate. Sometimes the consulates may not use them up because they may be closed for some reason. So in such cases, what happens is those numbers are returned back to the visa office, and those numbers become available. So in such cases, USCIS could use those numbers, and then they could move to dates of filing. So that's one scenario. The second one is when why do they go back, right? So retrogress is a fancy term for the dates going back. So for example, right now, in our current situation, they put in for October visa bulletin that you can use dates of filing for submitting applications for let's say EB3 India has moved by 4 years or 11 months. Now what happens is because that has moved so far, many people could downgrade from EB2 to EB3 and they would file a large set of applications now. Suddenly, what happens is USCIS gets a large pool of applications and they say that, oh my God, we got so many applications than our forecasted historical drop-off rates and everything. So we will now have to move our dates back. So this is why when USCIS gets a lot of applications for adjustment of status or even at consulates, then they actually move the dates back. So this is what happens with retrogression. The third reason they also move around is because of spillover, right? Let's say some family-based green cards cannot or not used. So in such cases, they spill over to employment-based, like in current year, right, as I just mentioned. So in such cases as well, the dates can move forward, a lot. So again, these are some of the cases, but there could be other reasons as well. All in all, I mean, while this is supposed to be very simple for everyone to understand, they made it so complicated for everyone to understand. That's why they have two of these dates. Hopefully, you got an idea of what both of these mean, and we're able to explain that. So do subscribe for getting updates, and thank you again for watching.